Ratios and proportions. So a ratio. So when I write something like 1:2, this is a relationship between two quantities. So one part of maybe A, let's call this A, compared to two parts of B. So the relationship between the two is 1:2 or 1:2. Okay, so one part of A compared to two parts of B. So in cooking and things like that, or making mixtures, making drinks, you could use a ratio of this sort. Maybe one part water and another part of two parts of juice, and then you mix them, and it becomes this uh, a new drink. So that is what ratios is all about. So a ratio is also an expression of division. So when I say 1/2, or I say 1:2, or I say 0.5, these are all referring to the same thing. I can show the representation in terms of a diagram and show the shaded part. So this is one part out of two parts, right? So that's where ratios come in. And if the ratios are equivalent fractions, then they become proportions. So for example, 1/2, 2/4, 3/6, 4/8, 5/10, all of these are proportions, okay? Because all of them are equivalent fractions. A simple way to determine if a proportion exists, simplify the fraction. So what they'll do is they'll give you one fraction, like let's say if they give you 3/4, and then they might give you another one like 18 and 24, right? Now, if you look at the numerators, if I multiply 3 by 6, I get 18. Now let's multiply the denominator by 6 too. I get 24. So because I'm multiplying by the same number, remember this number means the multiple needs to be the same. If the multiple is the same, I get 18 and 24. So 18 divided by 24 is equivalent or equal to 3 divided by 4. They're the same. Now in other cases, they might want to trick you. So they'll give you 18, and let's say this is 28 at the bottom. So let's look at this case. So we look at the top, the numerator. This is multiplying by 6 to get you to 18. But if I look at the denominator, this is multiplying by 7 to give you 28. So this number 6 is not the same at the bottom. The multiple should be the same. Therefore, this is not a proportion. Another way to approach the question is also by looking at your calculator and using math to your advantage. Go to math, go to frac. If you use the cursor, and at the top bar of a menu, you'll see frac at the side. So if you select frac, you'll get different options like n over d, you'll get u, n over d, and so on. So n over d is your simplest fraction. So let's say if you selected n over d and put in 12 over 16. Now when you hit enter, it gives you a 3/4. So you can simplify the fraction using this and see what's the simplified fraction. Once you get the simplified fraction, you can easily determine what is the relationship between the two fractions.